Hello there, welcome to my channel. Today is a speed build. Before we get into that, I just wanted to say please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you click the little frog icon in the right hand corner of the screen, that will let you subscribe as well. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like what I'm building. But now we'll get into what is going on in this build right now. So this is a dorm styled home. You could put this in the university world if you want to. I did build it in there, but it's not necessarily meant strictly for that. You can do this as a regular residential styled home for any world if you wanted to. You could do roommate style, toggle on the roommate services and have random Sims live with you, or play in your own type of household if you wanted to do that as well. Oh, there's a plane above me right now, so I'm sorry if you hear that. But you could do many things. I think with this, it's kind of like there's multiple ways that you could go about using this residential world, in my opinion, but I wanted to make it a sort of rooftop styled home that kind of connects on both sides, so it's kind of like a multi-building sort of situation. So in order to get upstairs, there will be like a center staircase from the inside, and in order to get to the top floors, the only way to access it is going through the rooftop part, which I thought was kind of a cool, different sort of style to do this for. I felt like it went really well with the dorm style. Again, you don't have to use it for dorms, especially because I know not everybody likes to use the university pack in terms of actually going to university. That's for, I guess, very specific gameplay, because it does take you to a new world. You have to load it. Sometimes it doesn't work properly when they graduate, things like that. But, by the way, if you do have that, I think there's a mod, I forget who made it. It might be by Twin Simming, but I could be wrong, where you can go online and do university. This could also be an option for that if you wanted to make a storyline, with the online university, and they also have a part-time job at the same time, and then all their roommates maybe are also in university and they're also doing online university as well. So maybe it's a sort of situation like that if you wanted to. There's so many things that you could do with it, I guess. But I do different personalities for each bedroom. I believe there's 4 bedrooms. One of them's downstairs, and the other remaining 3 are going to be upstairs. And then I do a communal bathroom space. There's one separate single used bathroom that has a bathroom, a toilet, and a shower that's on the first floor, and there is a laundry room as well, but the remainder are going to be upstairs. So it is sort of broken up a bit, but it's kind of, I just felt like how it worked best. So we have the kitchen area and the dining all in one space. We have a little walkway area. I do a lot of university decor in the walls because, of course, like I said, this was inspired to be a sort of dormitory or a roommate situation for university students. So you can remove those things if you do decide to download this. Of course, you can redesign the inside, exterior, whatever. Once you download it, do whatever you want with it. Change it up a bit. If you want it to be something that's more just like a mansion, you could put this in Bridgeport, if you wanted to, and you can make this like a rich billionaire's loft, not loft, but rooftop styled home. Maybe they just have a ginormous house. Maybe you have a huge family that lives here, and each room can be for each kid or whatever. And there's a bunch of different things you could do with it. There's plenty of space in it. I do a wraparound porch. Eventually you'll see that I do change around what it looks like in the back. I do add a garage as well, so you will see that. If you do download this, it will be on the exchange, and there will be a description as well on the exchange with the build. When you go to the information panel, and it'll tell you basically everything that this house comes with as well. So if you just wanted to if you forget, or you don't want to watch all of this or whatever, but I hope you would like to continue watching this. I tried to make this as short as possible. I know it's 20 minutes. That was with cutting footage, and I made this really fast too. So I do cut up some of the footage for the bathroom and stuff because it's not that fun to watch people make bathrooms. This is when I'm gonna start doing the the kitchen. So we have a nice big kitchen space. There's going to be this here, the countertop, so you can sit and eat there. And then there's also going to be another separate dining table as well. There's plenty of space in here to have a big family, and if you also, I think there's mods to have a bigger household than 8 Sims. I don't know if that breaks the game, but if you want to have an even bigger house, there's plenty of space. There's gonna be so much seating and stuff like that, or even big dinner parties or something. There's so much space in here. So, and I kind of stick with a certain theme for like the color scheme, just because I kind of wanted to fit like the school colors, if that makes any sense, because there's different colors on the different like team flags that come with the university pack. There's like green, red, and I think like a deep blue, maybe some yellow as well. So I tried to stick with like blue and green, I think, because those were some of the colors I felt like would be on like the decor that went with that pack that I placed on the wall. So it was like their team colors, if that makes any sense. But and yet they also kind of go together as well. I muted the colors a little bit so they weren't super vibrant, because they are kind of a bit more like out there, like if you look at that flag on the wall there. But anyway, yeah, I spruce it up with like, oh, there's like history to this house, you know, they have like different things, teams, like sports teams, things like that. I put a lot of stuff in the wall. There's a little seating area in the walkway here, like in the entryway, so you can just hang out there if you want to. And there's actually a lot of objects in here for this build that I have not used in the game before. Like the diesel stuff pack actually came really in handy for this pack, because it had a lot of sort of hipster styled stuff, if that makes any sense. This I actually was building in a vanilla save, because it actually runs smoother, and I have toggled on the advanced rendering, so you will see it kind of glow the lighter objects. But it was kind of the save that I was using to create my custom world, Sunset Cove, but I kind of just kept using this because I felt it would make it run smoother. There's no like custom content, you know, it kind of like cleans out everything, which is nice. I never realized how nice it was. I never thought to like just use a clean like vanilla save file to do the building when I make speed builds, but I think I'm gonna keep doing that from now on. I do have some store objects downloaded as well that I typically use, so you know, all the essentials pretty much I could always add them back in and stuff like that too. But yeah, this is a little space for them to do a study. I put one computer in here and I leave the other desk empty. You could do some art, like the easel art. You could read books in here. I think I put like music. You can listen to music and things. Just kind of like a chill room, like a room to hang out in, like a separate office space where they can kind of just like a communal space, I guess. And then I think, let's see, where I add a couple of clocks and stuff like that to the walls. I spruce up the walls a bit in the rooms I already worked in, and then we head on over, I think, to the laundry room. I start doing. I do I do the living room next. So we have the living room, and this is one of the things I was talking about, the diesel stuff pack with the couches. It's interesting because the way they made this pack, I didn't get this pack until so recent. I think I got it like maybe 2 months ago. I never owned this pack until like 2 months ago. So I never really looked at the assets that were in this pack, but the stuff that's in it, some of it looks like it's alpha CC, if that makes any sense. The texture of it was like high poly. I can't explain it, but I don't mind it. I'm just saying, like, it just looks different to the typical stuff you would get from like the Sims 3 packs, and I was like pleasantly surprised. It was quite nice, and I didn't expect to like it. I wish they had made a little sofa like the love seat as well to match it, but they only gave you the chair, unfortunately, with the big couch. But, you know, nothing to really fuss over. It's still it worked out anyway. I use that debug TV. I've never used it before, but I have been like wanting to use it so badly. It just looks so cool. Like, it's a little unit, which they never gave you that in the game except for the 70s, 80s, and 90s stuff pack, but that limits what you can watch, and you can't use home videos, the tapes on it, and you can't watch them on there, unfortunately. So I don't know if you can with this one, but I'm assuming any TV that's not like an old style one will let you do that, because they kind of did it based off, I guess, realism. So yeah, sorry, I'm like rambling on, I'm talking so much. But yeah, I kind of stick to a certain color scheme with this as well. I felt like this kind of like, you know, your little mix of browns and blue, and that looked really cute. I added some of the personality again, like the protesting and stuff like that. The signs there, things for like college students. I like add a lot of the university items and things like that, and I just like add some actual elements. I add like that video game console, just so that way it's kind of like, oh, they all hang out and chill in the living room here and play games, and this is their space to unwind after college, you know, after class or something like that. Again, it doesn't have to be for university students, but that's just what I had in my head when I was making it. But then I go on over to, I think, okay, the laundry room is starting to do now, which is this tiny little room in the corner here. So I just make a very basic laundry room. I don't think I put the hampers in every single room. I put a hamper in that bathroom that has a shower right there, and then I put one, I believe, in the laundry room as well. and then I put one, I think, in like 1 or 2 of the bedrooms. So, and then I put it in the big bathroom as well, which I think I've already shown. So there's a couple of hampers, but there's only gonna be one like washer and dryer unit, just because I didn't want to put too many of them on the lot. I just figured one would make sense, you know. And then, okay, so here I am doing this bedroom here. This is the first bedroom on the first floor, and it's sort of, I do different style like personalities, like I said. So for this person, I believe I made it kind of artsy. I could be very wrong. I might have made it a little bit more generalized, this one specifically, but the rest of them I do kind of add more personality. This one I added one, I did make it sort of like with some personality, but I made it more generalized in the sense that it's mostly just someone who's like, you know, studying and things like that. Oh, I did add that little ballet bar that is a store object, so if you don't have it, it will disappear. But I figured I would add something like maybe they work out in their room here, it's a little private space, and then, you know, they have their books over there where they study and stuff like that. And, you know, I just made it like a basic cozy room, you know, like they would want to spend time in, like away from everybody when they get to unwind for the day. And then again, I go back here to the washer and dryer room, or to the laundry room. Very simple. I just add a couple things on the shelf here to make it look like they have a bunch of detergent and things. And now we're into the next bedroom. This is the only bedroom, I think it's the only bedroom where I use the pull-out bed like that. I forget what that's called again, but the style of it, this is for more like an artistic person. They have like the table there, the drafting table to do art. They have like a keyboard, I think I add in here, so they like music as well. Just an all around creative person that like this room is for. It doesn't have to be necessarily, and it can always be changed around, of course, but that's what I was going for. So I do add like little random vibrant pops of color like on the wall with the paintings, like they like movies maybe. So, you know, like they have like those little like posters on the wall, and that's like some of their art drawings by their keyboard and things like that, you know. I just wanted to make it seem like a lot of their time spent doing like their art and getting their ideas is like in this room. Like this is their safe space to like creatively think, you know, maybe like randomly at, I don't know, like 2 a.m. when they get an idea, like, you know. But anyway, so I do a little bit of stuff here in the hallway. I completely change it. I use this table, but I remove the little ant farm thing on the table because I put it somewhere else later. I just wanted to note that because I don't think I show it on camera, I'm not sure. But next here, I was debating on doing like a multi-bed room for multiple Sims, but I just decided on the one and keep it simple like the rest of them. This is more for a scientific person. They like logic, science, and I do incorporate some of that into here on the rooftop, like the terrace part, but most of it will be in their room. But I just wanted to kind of like, you know, have a Sim who likes to do a lot of experiments. Maybe they watch a lot of sci-fi movies and things like that. They just an all around like scientific type of person. They're studying science, maybe even cooking, something like that. Like biology, things like that they're studying while they're at university. So I add a couple of elements, objects like for them in here. I also, this is the room where I put the ant farm. I figure maybe they're sort of an eccentric Sim. Maybe they like little terrariums for like bugs and stuff like that. Maybe they collect bugs. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, I have a little space for them to study. You could put a computer here. And then they add like the books on the table to make it look like they study a lot. And I never really used the objects from the movie stuff pack, but I decided to use, I love that armoire that they have. It has like, it looks like it's sort of like a bar thing from like a Western movie, but it turned into like a dresser, and it has the mirror on it, so I think it's multifunctional where you can also do like charisma skill and stuff. So yeah, here I'm just doing a bunch more things. They have some sketches, maybe some ideas they have. I don't put on this lot the like inventing table, but I do put, I think, like a sculpting thing and stuff like that for like the artistic people. But you could always add the inventing table instead if you wanted to. Typically when I like do things with the inventor skill, I'll have like a junkyard in the world that I'm using, and then I'll put the inventing table there because it can set on fire, and I wouldn't want to set the house on fire, so I didn't want to put it there. They have to like run to put themselves out, of course, so I didn't want to put that in this. But yeah, so I add a couple of finishing touches. I do change the lighting up here eventually. I don't know if I show it like off the bat, like right next to each other. I kind of go all over the place when they build. I like get random ideas. I go to another room and then I go back to it. So I apologize for kind of like going back and forth. It's just how my process is. But yeah, so here I changed the lights a bit. I did use, these are store lights, unfortunately, so if you don't have them, they're from the Bohemian Garden set. So if you don't have that, the lights will disappear, I think. I don't think anything replaces them because there's no other hanging lights in the game like this. But I do spruce up the rooftop. I add a grill. There's a whole table here. Besides that, there's chess. You know, I think the telescope. There's a bunch of different things for Sims to do. There's a planter to do, like, to grow plants. A little, like, lounge chair. Just a bunch of different things for your Sims to kind of just, like, that's, like, their hangout spot at night. Maybe, like, in the summertime and spring when it's really nice weather. Really nice, like, it's a really nice night out. Like hang out up there or something like that, you know? But here's I think the last bedroom that I do, it is a sports enthusiast person. So this is someone who maybe is studying sports, or I guess biology, or like, you know, phys ed in college. If you wanted to do that, I make them have the mini fridge. I figured it fit with this room. I really wanted to use the mini fridge in this build for some reason. I felt like it fit with college students. So I made sure to fit it in this room. They have like multiple things to work out with. I used a pull-up bar, and I think I also add like a treadmill in this. There's other trophies on the wall. You know, they're the only one with the TV in the room, but I figured that kind of went well with this style of the room, so I did that. I used that clock right there, that like sports clock. I kind of just like deck it out all in like the theme for like the mascot for their college. Basically, they're just obsessed with sports, basically. So they're just like, I want everything sports. Oh my gosh, my university, like go llamas. You know, I'm assuming that's what their mascot is because I think that's what it is. I'm not sure. But yeah, so I put it like all over that room. And I kind of do a cut, so I apologize for that. This is where I do the wraparound porch now. So I kind of change it up, and I decide to add like a backyard situation. So if they have like house parties, like a keg party, they can do that very easily. You can do a bunch of different things with this house. You know, I wanted to have a lot of space if you have parties and stuff. So I love doing like rooftop terrace, like overtop things like this with if you put like the what's it, like a fence or a gate, or I forget, I think it's a fencing, and you put it as like sort of the roof instead. You add, it's not my original idea, I've seen many others do that for years, but like I just love doing it. And so I kind of I fix it up a bit, and then I eventually add all the stuff that I want for it to kind of function as like a sort of backyard party situation. I add some lounge chairs, I think the keg stand. I think I don't show it on camera, but I put a like personal home juice bar there, so they can like make drinks, practice making drinks here. So it's a perfect spot for having a party. Like, you know, you have some people lounging, some are like using the keg stand, some of them are, you know, in the hot tub, and then someone's making drinks for everybody, and people like having drinks and hanging out. Like I want something like that. But yeah, I add here's the garage. I add that, and I put some stuff in here. Like I said, I think I said the sculpting table. And I put also, I think, or like the sculpting machine. And then I also put, I think, like a pool table. I want it to be sort of like a little hangout space as well. So I also like put a little bit of stuff here in the backyard. I just want to fully fill up this lot. I didn't want anything bare because I just don't like leaving things empty like that. So there is going to be like a 2-car driveway. The garage you could always make usable and remove the objects if you want to, but I always like to utilize the garages and make them usable and functional and put stuff in there. So I just add some like a bench here, I think, to sit and hang out, and that's pretty much it. I like add this cute cherry tree and just put some like, I guess, like floral stuff around it to make it look really set up. And then I'm adding this stuff in here now in the garage, and you know, there's the pool table, and like I said, the sculpting thing. I had some extra little things to make it look more like a garage, like a toolbox and stuff like that. I think that comes with like the Fast Lane stuff pack, and that's pretty much all I used for that. Like I said, that was for the backyard sort of thing with the keg table and stuff like that. And here I'm just adding the things for the cars. That's pretty much it. I add the sign here for the university, but you could always remove that, so you know, just to note. But thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget, I'll put a link in the description to download this, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care now.